In this video, I'm going to show you how you can update your accounts for the new school year. Now, you do need to be the admin of your school in order to be able to do this, so if you're not, please go and speak to them and they can help you out. All you need to do is log into your teacher account and go into Manage Accounts on the left-hand side. Now, the first thing we're going to do is look at our teachers. So we need to delete any teachers that have perhaps left and add on any new joiners. So all we need to do first to delete the old teachers is use the tick boxes on the left-hand side. You can choose multiple at once if you want to, and then click the red Delete Teacher button here. And when the page refreshes, you should have had a green success message at the top here, and you'll see that that teacher has now been deleted. Now you need to add on your new teachers, so click the green Add Teacher button, pop in their details, you can leave the class information for now, and then just click Save. Again, once the page refreshes, you would have had a green success message and you'll see your new teacher has been set up just here. If you want to make changes to any existing teachers, you can do so by clicking on their name, pop in the changes in the relevant fields, and click Save. Next, we need to look at any students who have left the school, as we need to reset and prepare their accounts for any new joiners. So scroll down to your classes and students list underneath and click the class name to expand it. Now, all of my year 2s are going up to year 3, so none of them need their accounts next year. So I can reset these, all of them, ready for any new students. You use the tick box at the top to select everybody, and then click the red reset button on the right hand side here. Now, this cannot be undone, so be sure that these children no longer need their accounts before you do it. It will delete their name, password, progress history and scores, so please be sure that it is what you want to do before you do it. Click confirm when you are sure. And when the page refreshes, again, you've got another success message. Scroll down and you'll see that all of these accounts are now reset, ready to be used for the new students. Before we start adding any of the new students' details, we're just going to move them to one side first. If you have a spare class, you can just pop them in there. If you don't, let's create one. Just click the green Add Class button here and fill in the details. This class will now just act as a little placeholder to pop any students in while we work around with all the other class information and the students' details. So select all of the children that you've just reset and click Change Class and pop them in the spare one. If we now scroll down, we'll see that they're no longer in the Year 2 class, but if we click Spare, we can see them all in here. Okay, you may also have a couple of children that have left from Kindy or Year 1, and to do that it's exactly the same. Just choose the Year 1 class here, and let's say, for example, this student Hannah has left, just tick her, or perhaps there's a couple of others. You can use the tick boxes on the left there in exactly the same way. Click Reset, and then move her into the spare group as well. Okay, so now I have removed all of my levers, and all that is left are the children who wish to continue on with their accounts. Now, if all of your Year 1 children are simply becoming Year 2 and you don't need to mix up the cohort and the classes at all, you can simply change the name of the class from Year 1 to Year 2. Now, we do already have a Year 2 class here, so what we need to do first is delete this one. You first need to make sure there are no students in that class. When there aren't, click on the Year 2 button, scroll up and click Delete Class. Then we can change the name of our Year 1 class by ticking the box next to it, click Edit and update the name. Scroll down and we now see our Year 1 class are ready and waiting to go into Year 2. If, however, your children are being mixed up next year into different classes, you'll need to set up your new classes and then move them into the appropriate classes. So to set up your new class, just click the green Add Class button and fill in the details. Make sure you assign a teacher here. We don't want to leave the class unassigned, otherwise the teacher won't be able to see their class when they log into their account. Add as many classes as you need. I'm going to add another one here. And then you can start moving your children into those new groups. Now, when you're moving your children within the groups, we recommend that you start with the older children first and then work your way back down the year groups. It will just be much easier to move the older children up while there's nobody in those classes before you start mixing your year 1s and 2s if you were to start with the lower groups first. So to move them into their class, as we've done before, just click on your tick boxes of whichever children are being moved. Click Change Class and pop them in the right group. Now that my Year 2 classes are ready, I can make a start on moving my kindy children into Year 1, and I'll do this in exactly the same way. So my existing students have now all been moved into their correct year groups for Year 1 and 2, but we've now obviously got our new kindy students that have started who don't have accounts yet. And this is where we can use the newly reset accounts that we had for our old Year 2s. So find your spare group, and these accounts can all be used for our kindy children. You want to update each one with the child's name and their new class. So click on the username and firstly add their name and choose the class they need to go into. Click Save. And when the page refreshes, you can now see my first kindy student has been added and is sat in the kindy group ready to go. You can do this for all of your remaining students. Click on the username, add their details, choose the class, and click Save. Once you have added all of your kindy students and any other new students who may have joined in Year 1 and Year 2, if you have any students left over, you can keep these in the spare class ready for any other new joiners who come throughout the year. If you run out of spare accounts and you need to add some more, then you can do so by clicking on the Add By Accounts button. It will firstly tell you the price, so click Buy Now. Then click on New. Tell us how many children you need to add. Pop in their names. Click Next. Tell us how long you need the accounts for. And then when you're ready to buy, click Buy Now and you will receive your success message. Now the invoice will be sent to you within 1 to 2 working days after we've received your order, but your accounts will be ready to go right away. As we scroll down, we'll now see in the spare class we have 2 new students ready to go that we can pop into the relevant class. Now that I have all of my new classes added and all of my students in their correct classes and set up and ready to go, we can tidy up any of the old classes that we no longer need. So if we scroll down here, we'll see that my Year 2 class is blank because we've separated them out into 2 groups. So tidy them up by deleting any empty ones. Do one final check that you have all of the teachers you need and that every class has a teacher assigned to it. And also that you have all of the student accounts that you need and everybody is in the correct class. Once you are ready and happy that everything is ready to go, we now want to export the information to pass on to the students to be able to log in. So we have 2 ways that you can do this. The first way is to export all of the information into an Excel spreadsheet by scrolling to the top and click on the blue Export Account Details button. This will summarize all of your accounts information and is a really easy way to see all of your accounts and copy and paste any of the information that you need to into a letter that you may be sending home to parents. The other way to export the information is to download name cards for the children. If we scroll down to the classes and students section, click on your first class, choose all of the children within that group, and then click the blue name cards button. Here are your name cards ready to go. You can download them by clicking the blue button at the top here, print them off, cut them out, and either stick them in the child's diary, pop them on a lanyard, or have them on a keychain next to the computer so that the child always has their login details to hand. And that's it, you're all set and ready to go for the new school year. As always, if you need any help with this or anything else, please feel free to contact us. Your Phonics Hero Account Manager's details are at the top here. We are always happy to help in any way that we can.